explaining these little memes. All right, this says consciousness, life, chemistry, atoms, matter, energy, reality. All right. Technically, the consciousness, the reason why everybody has this consciousness conception is because conception comes from the mind, right? And also from a Y factor and an X factor from two half of haploid cells that combine to make life, all right? Nuclear and electric energy first, because the consciousness is an aspect is because nuclear Y and electric X conceive us. Conception is a part of the mind. This is why the misconception that consciousness is what gave birth to everything comes from, is because you have these two factors. And factors of conception are part of the mind, which are nuclear X and electric, or nuclear Y and electric X. Because when a person is conceived, they are half nuclear energy, bionuclear energy from the father, which is alpha, and the omega, which is the bioelectric from the mother. And someone is conceived. Also, it's a part of the mind. This is where this comes into play, because this conception here from the two energies, the first law of thermodynamics. So you have to imagine empty, infinite space first. Okay? Empty, infinite space, just forever. The flat plane of existence, the temporal dimension. Alright? Now just imagine you have floating around 0-point energy of nuclear and electric energy, quarks and leptons, which are forever. Okay? Then these quarks and leptons start coming together, and they create a singularity. Okay? Now first, that was all just floating potential energy. Okay? Nuclear and electric, that came together and formed a singularity. As it expands, it ends up creating a universe. Okay? There are little details in there that I could start, I just don't want to diverge. Alright? But when it does this, all of that energy converts into matter. So it has to go through this transitional period of a singularity to be able to create solid matter. And once it all, literally just over trillions of years, billions of years, burns out and reduces to ash, it's all going to happen again. Because all that energy, all that nuclear and electric energy is still hanging around. It's still there. It can't be created or destroyed. When we use electrons, when we use electricity, it's still there. We use it, it's grounded out, but it's still there. It's in the ground, which is in the universe. Okay, it's out there in the universe somewhere. We use it, it goes somewhere in the earth, and it's still in the universe. That energy is still there. And all the nuclear energy we use, that is all going to still be there. And a bunch of traces of ash. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. And that's where that concept comes from. Okay, not to mention, of course, everybody knows the infamous being dying, turning to ashes and dust, like we do. Because we are stars, and stars do this through a supernova. So it all makes sense. There's a big picture that people are missing. And it all stems from the first law of thermodynamics. And then it can, and also with religion, because that law is where all these religions start basing themselves and come with the monotheistic concept of a God. One true God that is all over and everywhere. Because it's these nuclear and electric energies. These two factors here, the male and female energy, these two dragons, the yin and yang.